Joining us is House Judiciary Committee member and a former judge, Laurel Lee. Welcome, Congresswoman. Thank you for being with us. If memory serves, Pam Bondi hired a political opponent in Florida because she thought that person would help advance the cause of justice in Florida. That is rare, and I think people would like to see more of that.
That's right, Trey. And that's the Pam Bondi that we know in Florida. As our Attorney General, she was committed to integrity, to fairness, to upholding the law. She fought the hard issues. She defended our consumers. She protected the elderly. She fought human trafficking. And what you touched on there is so important. We're at a moment that we need to restore confidence in the Department of Justice and the FBI. And President Trump and Attorney General Bondi, despite all of the weaponization of the justice system against President Trump, what he is committed to, where he is leading, is that commitment to fairness and impartiality. That's how we get back to the core mission of the Department of Justice and how we restore that confidence going forward.
All right, you mentioned the Bureau. Let's you and I listen to some Democrats, their view of Kash Patel, and then you and I will tell viewers the truth about Kash Patel.
Kash Patel has no business being the director of the FBI. He may have said some reassuring things in his confirmation hearing. I don't think so.
The president has chosen a nominee, disappointing choice in Kash Patel. Now it's up to the Senate to either confirm this nominee or not.
Kash Patel has a goal. It's to wreck the FBI. We are determined to do everything we can to save it.
Laurel, the FBI is really suffering in the eyes of the public. For me, it was quite the spectacle to see Adam Schiff question Kash Patel. I would struggle to think of anyone with more political bias and animus than Adam Schiff. Kash Patel treated Adam Schiff with a lot more fairness than Adam ever treated Kash. What do you make of him? I know you know Pam Bondi. You also know Kash Patel. What do you think of his nomination and his tenure at the Bureau?
Well, first off, he has extensive national security experience. And second, he will shift the focus from the FBI headquarters in Washington out into the field offices across America. And Trey, as a former federal prosecutor, you know, the FBI plays such an important role prosecuting and investigating crimes like cybercrime, organized crime, terrorism. These are things that they have an expertise and an ability to do across America. And Kash Patel has made clear he wants law enforcement agents to be law enforcement agents, to be fighting crime and keeping our communities safe. He's also very committed to transparency and depoliticizing the FBI. These are exactly the kind of attributes that we need in an FBI director. I think he will be a wonderful director. He and Pam Bondi together are going to ensure that these agencies are committed to fairness, to committed to treating Americans equally. Really, the Senate at this point needs to stop the delays and get him confirmed.
All right, you were a judge, which is a really hard job because you have to show restraint and humility. You're actually a referee, not a combatant. It takes a special kind of person to be a judge. I think Senator Kennedy was right. Human nature is to repay injustice with injustice, but our system is designed to restrain human nature, not unleash it. How do we get back to fairness as a universal virtue?
Yes, and that is absolutely the role of our system of justice, is fairness and impartiality. And it is critical for the American people. The Department of Justice is one of the most important institutions we have in the United States of America. And it is critical that we get back to honoring and protecting the rule of law. That's the way that our system of justice works. If we know that people who do the same thing are going to be treated in the same way. And the fact that President Trump and his nominees have each one expressed that commitment to ensure not retribution, despite what they've been through, not retribution, but instead fairness, treating all people equally, whether it's an adversary or a friend. That is exactly what is long overdue in America. And as a judge, that's what we would try to do every day in a case, is it doesn't matter who the people are, it doesn't matter where they come from, that the law applies to them evenly and equally as it should. That's how our nation is designed. And I am so enthusiastic about the commitment of these nominees and our president to returning to that fairness and equal justice under law.
Laurel Lee, you were a great judge and you were a very effective member of the House of Representatives. Florida is lucky to have you. Thank you for joining us.